under environment, Raphael?
Yes.
So that one was put under environment. Dealing with drugs and alcohol was put also, I think, under health, if I'm not wrong. So then we have then 12 instead of 14. But which function across the board got the highest rating? Education. The ECD and the TVETs and the giving out of bursaries is really been appreciated and got an average rating of 50 across various counties. So that is the mean rating for education. Environment and natural resources came second with 47.9. And then we have energy, and that's really green energy, and then, making energy accessible to the communities in the counties. That got 44.6. Agriculture, a very core function, was given a mean rating of 44. And then social services and dealing with the vulnerable groups got 43.4. Culture and sports, 43.3. But I think what is instructive here, and we should take note of, are the ones that the constituents tell us are very critical to them, or county residents tell us are very critical to them. Of course, there's education. We see education there. There's food, so agriculture. But look at roads and transport. So infrastructure is at number 6 with 43.3 mean. Then we see water management at 42.7. And we see trade and tourism is at number 9. But look at where health is and access to affordable and good quality health. It was the function that got the lowest mean rating at 42.5. Has it been, I'm hearing people saying, Sha. Has it been like that always? Well, education has been the top function from 20, we just put, because so we didn't want to crowd the report, but if you want to see it from 2015, that is accessible. So 2023, 2024, education was number 1. Environment has moved up. It was number 4 in 2023. Energy has moved from number 6 to number 3. Agriculture was actually the second best performing function in 2023. It's gone to 4th, both in 2024 and 2026. The social services moved from number 10 to number 5. So youth, women, persons with disabilities, the old and vulnerable, populations. We see where culture and sports is. I just want to focus. I won't look at all of them because I think you're also seeing them there. But we can see that health has moved from number 6 to number 8 to number 12. Sasa hiyo mwamuzi ni wenu. It needs some attention because a healthy nation is a vibrant nation. So without much ado, allow me to go into the functions. Our thinking is that as we talk about the functions, we also just give the awards in one fell swoop. Is that okay? Governors, is that okay with you? Ama tufanye aje? Sasa tunaenda kwa functions. Should we just do everything in one fell swoop? We're reporting the functions and how the performance was in the functions, and then we can give the certificates of recognition then? At the end. Me, I stand guided. Yeah, that is what Jovin had planned in his program. Me, I was thinking others, but I agree. I'm obedient. So agriculture. These are the top counties. Remember the mean score. The mean score is at the top there. This TV imeenda off. Na hii TV pia imeenda off. Hakuna power. Allah. We need power. And now we understand that power is critical. Eh? So I wait. Ama nifanyaje? It's hard to read without the nini. go to. Huh?
This is Kanpansky. We told him about it. The skin had been doing this and they were meant to be sorting it out. I don't know, it started again. But he told us that they'd sorted it.
Wait, but where the Kempinski people? They said no. Yeah. I read the word. At an event? Huh? They want what? Oh, okay. You can put some music. Oh, the whole system is down. I saw the Kempinski people here. Parking. You can explain. Apologies. So we can start off with agriculture. And under agriculture, we had 4 KPIs that we look at. This is what we asked your county residents. On a scale of 1 to 10, where 1 is extremely poor and 10 is excellent, how would you rate your county government's performance in 1, making it easy for farmers to grow and sell their crops and produce, making food more accessible and affordable to you and your family, making it easy for farmers to rear and sell their livestock or fish, proper management of livestock, diseases and disposal of dead animals. So that's where we put that under agriculture. And the top performing county in agriculture, the top 5 are Trans Nzoia at 60%, Murang'a at 56, Kiambu 55, Uasin Gishu at 54, and Elgeyo Marakwet at 53%. Those are the top 25 counties. So other than Elgeyo Marakwet, we have... Huh? These, let me use right English. These are now the top 25 counties. That is how the report is released. We emphasize the top 5, but then we also only release the top 25. So where there are ties, it may be more than 25 counties, as you will see. So number 6, we have Kericho, Tharaka Nithi, Homa Bay at 51. We can clap for them because they're here. Then number 9, because of the tie, we move to number 9, where we have Nandi and Bungoma in agriculture. Then number 11 is West Pokot at 49. We can also clap. Then we have Kisii, Embu, Nakuru, Samburu, Baringo, Narok, all the way to Nyeri. We have those are the top 25 counties, with Nyeri tying with Vihiga, Kwale, Bomet at 44%. If we look at the trends, then you can see them there. I'm going to go a little fast, but Trans Nzoia has been number 1, 2024, and again now, number 3 in 2023. Murang'a moved from 8 to number 2, and then we have Kiambu that has really significantly improved from number 27 to number 3. We have Uasin Gishu, they were number 1 before, now they're number 4, and we have Elgeyo Marakwet. We're just, concentrating there on the top 5. Who are the most improved counties? Embu from 32 to 13, Nandi from 26 to 9, Kericho 19 to 6, Garissa from 44 to 33, and Siaya County in agriculture last time was number 47 and now is at number 37, moving 10 points. So we can clap for those. We had said we clap also for those who have improved. If we look at the regions, which region has really enjoyed or has citizens who are happy with agriculture? In 2020, it was Nyanza. Then in 2023, Nyanza moved to 4th, and it was Rift Valley that was really happy with agriculture. Last year, or the year before, it was Central and Rift at 47 and 45, and this time we see that consolidatedly, Central is where the highest mean index has accrued, with 49%, followed by Rift Valley and then Western. Nyanza is 4th, and we can see that Nairobi throughout has been at, the challenged one. But that is also because of the way our agriculture is treated. We had been asked before whether we should actually rate Nairobi when it comes to agriculture. And when we looked at the CIDPs, we had seen that there was indeed a department and a team that deals with agriculture even in our host county. The top 3 counties in agriculture by region, I'll mention coast. We have Kwale, Lamu, and Taita Taveta. Those are the top 3 counties in agriculture. Please let us. And then we have in northeastern Garissa with 41, Mandera and Wajir with 36 respectively. These are frontier counties. In eastern, it is Tharaka Nithi that is top with 51%. Then Embu with 47 and Makueni with 46. In central, Murang'a with 56, Kiambu with 55, and Kirinyaga with 46%. Those are the top 3 counties. And in Rift Valley, it's Trans Nzoia, as we had seen before, Uasin Gishu and Elgeyo Marakwet. In western, the top counties are Bungoma, Kakamega, and Vihiga, with Bungoma at 50, 45, and 44 for Vihiga. Then in Nyanza, the top county in agriculture is Homa Bay with 51, then Kisii with 48, and Kisumu with 45. Congratulations. If we look at health, let me focus on the indicators. How would you rate your county government on a scale of 1 to 10 in making affordable medical treatment for you and your family, giving affordable medical treatment to you and your family when you need it, dealing with your health concerns to your satisfaction, provision of adequate sanitation facilities such as built latrines, public toilets in your area, ensuring that the health facilities in your area are well equipped with personnel, equipment, and medicine, and providing you with adequate information, which is public health, on how to stay healthy and avoid diseases. So a lot of indicators there. The top 5 counties, number 1 was Murang'a with 56%. Elgeyo Marakwet was number 2 with 50%, tying with West Pokot. And then Kiambu was number 4 with 49%, tying with Tharaka Nithi. So those are the top 5 counties. If we look at the top 25 counties, then after Tharaka Nithi, we have number 6. So there's no number 5. So the 6th counties are Kisii and Homa Bay with 48. And then we have Trans Nzoia at 47, Kericho, Uasin Gishu, Makueni, and Kisumu tie at 46. And they are number 9. And then number 13 is Nandi and Samburu. We can see that we have Garissa there, also Frontier County with 44 at number 15, tying with Bomet, Kwale, Kilifi. And then we have number 19, Machakos. We have Mombasa County, please clap for them. At 43, we have Migori County. And then we have a tie for number 22 between Embu, Nyandarua, Narok, Bungoma, and Nyeri at 42%. Murang'a, you started off in 2023 with position 8, then moved to position 2 in 2024, and currently you're at position 1 in health. Elgeyo Marakwet was number 6 and currently is number 2. West Pokot was number 1 and currently is still staying strong at number 2. And Kiambu moved significantly from number 28 to number 4. And then Tharaka Nithi has been oscillating between number 3 and 4. Only in 2024 were you at number 7, so you've improved significantly and back to number 4. The most improved counties are Nandi, Garissa, Kericho, Machakos, and Wajir, and you can see just what strides they have made between 29 and 18 positions gained. Which counties had performed best in health? Regions. In 2020, it was Western with 54, tying with Eastern. In 2023, health accrued the best index from Rift Valley and Central at 50% respectively. It did not change in 2024. Central was still accruing the highest at 46, but you see Nyanza with 45. And then this year, we see that it is Central again with 46, followed by Rift Valley, and then Nyanza at 43. The most dissatisfied region with regards to health this particular cycle is Western with 39% as a mean index. The top counties by region. At the coast, with regards to health, we have Kilifi, Kwale, and Mombasa. Those are the top counties in health. Hata kuna makofi. In northeastern, it's Garissa, then followed by Wajir and Mandera. In eastern, the top county is Tharaka Nithi, followed by Makueni and Machakos. In central, the top county is Murang'a, followed by Kiambu, and then Nyandarua and Nyeri are number 3. We count, clap. Then Rift Valley, we have Elgeyo Marakwet, we have West Pokot tying in number 1 position, and Trans Nzoia in number 3. In Western, we have Bungoma, we have Vihiga, and we have Kakamega, with 42, 40, and 39 respectively. In Nyanza, the best county in health is Homa Bay, tying with Kisii, and then Kisumu closely follows at number 3. Education, we have 3 main indicators that we look at there. How would you rate your county government in having enough ECD centers with good facilities and teachers on a scale of 1 to 10? How would you gauge your county government in ensuring there are enough village polytechnics, that's TVETs, and county technical institutions? And how would you gauge your county government in issuance, fair issuance of bursaries to needy, vulnerable, and gifted children? There, Kiambu was number 1, and they tied with Murang'a, 61. Then number 3 was Trans Nzoia, tying with Elgeyo Marakwet, and we see a new name, Taita Taveta was number 5 with 56%. The mean score there was 50%. All these were above the mean score. And if we look then at the top 25 counties, you see that after Taita Taveta, we have Makueni at number 6, tying with Kwale, Nandi and West Pokot tie at number 8, Kisii and Kericho are also in number 8 with Uasin Gishu, and then Tharaka Nithi has 53 with Homa Bay and tie at 13 with Nyeri and Samburu. At 17 we have Kisumu and Embu, and then we have Baringo tying with Kirinyaga, Mombasa, Kitui and Machakos at 51, and Kilifi, Nakuru and Bungoma and Bomet tie at number 24. Those are the top 25 counties. The most improved counties in education, we can see there, Nandi, we see Machakos, we see Kericho, we see Kajiado, and we see Garissa. I think the beauty about what you see here is you see different counties coming in, just as both Governor Nchuki had mentioned, and I mentioned in my earlier remarks, that everybody has something to offer. And indeed, those that did well last time sometimes stay on, but sometimes also we see some others significantly improving, showing that, performance is not static. Where has education been, best appreciated by the regions? In 2020, education was given an index, a consolidated index of 58 in Western, followed by 53 at the coast. In 2023, it changed. Central gave the highest index for education at 58, followed by Rift Valley. Western moved to 4th. Nyanza was 5th with 55%. And then in 2024, we saw that Central and Nyanza had the highest mean scores for education. And right now in 2026, we see that Central and Rift have the highest scores at 54 and 51 respectively, tying with Coast, and then Nyanza is 3rd with 50. We do see that, again, there are counties or regions that are facing challenges, and we can see those there. The top counties by region in education is changed a little bit. Taita Taveta is top at the coast, followed by Kwale, but we also have Mombasa at number 3. Then northeastern, we have Garissa and Mandera tying, and we then also have Wajir at 45%. That's a mean index. And then eastern, we have Makueni, we have Tharaka Nithi and Embu. In central, Kiambu, Murang'a tie in education with 61, significantly high. And then we have Nyeri at number 3 with 53. Rift Valley, it's Elgeyo Marakwet and Trans Nzoia tying at 57. Then we have Kericho County tying with Nandi, Uasin Gishu, and West Pokot at 54. So there's only number 1 and 3. In Western, it's Bungoma, that's top. And then Kakamega with 49 and Vihiga at 49 as well. In Nyanza, Kisii has 54, it's the top county in education, but very closely followed by both Homa Bay and Kisumu at 53 and 52 respectively. Roads, and we have an expert in roads here, Engineer Kerry Orege. Using a scale of 1 to 10, where 1 is extremely poor and 10 is excellent, under the roads and transport function, how would you rate your county government's performance index in 1, improving and maintaining road networks, whether they're new, whether it's grading, whether it's providing culverts and bridges in your county? 2, how would you rate your county government in ensuring that, there's proper management of traffic and parking in your town centers, and that they ensure that the public transport is well organized, particularly in the areas that are more urban and market centers, the matatus, bus parks, border borders, etc. And then installing and maintaining street lighting in the urban and market centers. Top county, Murang'a, followed by Kiambu. Number 3 is Kisii. Uasin Gishu is number 4, and so is Mombasa in roads and transport. They tie with 49%. The mean score is 43.3. We can clap. Roads and transport, top 25 counties, we've seen up to Uasin Gishu. Number 6 is Homa Bay, tying with Nyeri at 48. Number 8 is Elgeyo Marakwet with 47, tying with Trans Nzoia. Then number 10, we have Kericho, Kilifi, Kirinyaga, Kisumu, Lamu, Nairobi, Tharaka Nithi, West Pokot. Very many counties tied in number 10, meaning that the next rank was number 19, where Embu Makueni tied at 45%, and Kwale was number 21, then Garissa, Kitui, Migori, and Samburu were number 22 with 43%. Most improved counties in roads is Nairobi, which has moved 26 ranks, Garissa, Mombasa, which has moved from number 17 to number 4. I see the Mombasa people here. I think I saw Noah Akala here somewhere. Let's clap. And Kajiado has also moved from number 43 to 31, Kericho from 21 to 10, and Tharaka Nithi, last time you were number 21, now you're number 10, significant improvement. Well done. What was the roads index by regions? In 2020, Nairobi accrued the highest index, 59. The lowest was for Northeastern. In 2023, Central gave the highest index for roads, followed by Nairobi. Northeastern were not very happy with the improvements or the strides made, comparatively, that is. And then in 2024, we see it's still Central. And this time round, we saw Nyanza coming in as the second, happiest region with roads at 46%, followed by Nairobi at 44%. And currently, we have Central, then Nairobi, and then we have Coast with 44, tying with Nyanza at 44. The most dissatisfied region when it comes to roads this current year is Western, where roads and transport was given 40%. Philip, I don't know whether that says something or resonates with you. Okay. Because I see he's taking notes. What are the top counties by region? Coast, number 1 county in roads and transport is Mombasa with 49. Then we have a tie between Kilifi and Lamu in number 2. And then we also have a tie with Taita Taveta. So number 2 has 3, counties. In Northeastern, we have Garissa, and then we have Wajir and Mandera at 43, 40, and 39 respectively. In Eastern, the top county in roads function is Tharaka Nithi with 46, then Embu and Makueni are at 45. Central, it is Murang'a with 54, Kiambu with 52, and then Nyeri with 48. And then Rift Valley, we have Uasin Gishu, Elgeyo Marakwet, tying with Trans Nzoia at 47% respectively. In Bungoma, we have 42 for Bungoma. In Western, Bungoma is 42, number 1. Kakamega and Vihiga tie at, number 2 position. And then in Nyanza, we have Kisii with 51, then Homa Bay with 48, and Kisumu, number 3 with 46. Under energy, which is another function, there were only 2 indicators. How would you rate your county government in giving you access to affordable energy for lighting and cooking, whether that energy is electricity, gas, or kerosene? And secondly, promoting clean energy sources such as wind, solar, and biogas. So we gave them those examples. Number 1 county in energy was Kiambu with 56. That was followed by Murang'a County, 54, number 2. Nyeri was number 3 with 51. We clap for Nyeri. Mombasa was number 4 with 50, tying with Kirinyaga. They're both here. And then Trans Nzoia was number 4 as well with 50%. The others in the top 25, other than the ones mentioned, are, the counties that you see there. We also have, at number 9, we have Kericho, we have Kisumu, we have Taita Taveta, we have Tharaka Nithi. And then number 13, we have Embu, and number 14, we have Homa Bay and Kajiado, Kilifi, Lamu, and Nakuru. Number 19, we have Bungoma, we have Elgeyo Marakwet, we have Nairobi City County, and we have Vihiga. And then number 23, which brings us to the top 25, are many counties that were given 44%. That's Bomet, Kwale, Machakos, Makueni, Meru, Nandi, Samburu, and West Pokot. The most improved counties are Kajiado, we have Nandi, we have Embu, we have Garissa, we have Kericho, and we have Meru, and you can see the gains that they have made on the screen in front of you. What were the regional indices, mean indices for energy across the last 4 select years? 2020, Western was the happiest with energy at 50%, followed by Nairobi and Nyanza at 49%. It changed. In 2023, it was Central, a jump. From 50, we moved to 54. Rift Valley at 50, tying with Eastern at 50. Nyanza was now 5th. Western was now 4th with 49. And Nairobi was 8th with 46. In 2024, we see Central giving the highest score for energy again at 49, followed by Nairobi this time round. It's come back at 47, Nyanza at 46, and Coast at 45. The unhappiest or most dissatisfied county with energy then was, or not county, region is Northeastern with 39. And then in this particular year, 51% was given by the Central residents, followed by 46 by Coast, then 45 by Nairobi, and 45 by Nyanza. And again, we see that Northeastern wants more to be done with energy, as indicated by the 39% score that is the mean for energy. The top counties by region for this particular function, number 1 at the coast for energy is Mombasa, followed by Taita Taveta, and then Kilifi and Lamu are number 3. They tie there. And then in Northeastern, it is Garissa, Mandera, and Wajir, respectively, at 43, 37, and 36. Then in Eastern, the top county is Tharaka Nithi, followed by Embu, and then Machakos, Makueni, and Meru tie. Then we have in Central, Kiambu with 56, that's the top county. Then Murang'a, 54, and Nyeri, 51. Those are the top 3 counties in Central. Rift Valley, we have Trans Nzoia, we have Uasin Gishu, we have Kericho. Those are the 3 counties, 50, 49, 48. And then Western, we have Bungoma with 45, tying with Vihiga, and Kakamega at 41. In Nyanza, it is Kisii with 49, Kisumu with 48, and Homa Bay with 46. Under trade and tourism, we have 6 indicators. How would you rate your county government in developing markets to increase trade, in making the issuance of trade licenses simple or simplifying issuance of trade licenses, in attracting investments through investment conferences in your county, lowering the cost of doing business through taxation, levies, incentives, etc., and then promoting cooperatives and SACCOs for access to finance, and promoting local tourism through hotels, resorts, and tourism sites. Those are the indicators. The top performing county in trade and tourism was Murang'a, 51%, followed by number 2, Kisii, 49, Kiambu, 49. So there's a tie. And then Homa Bay was number 4 with 48. Tharaka Nithi and Trans Nzoia were number 5 with 47% respectively. You can see on the screen there the counties that follow. I will mention the ones that I see close to me here. Nyeri, you're there. I see also Trans Nzoia, I think I've mentioned. Kirinyaga is number 9. We also have Mombasa. We see they're also number 9. And we then also see, you know, at the number 22, we have Embu, Kajiado, Migori, Nandi, and Samburu. But all these counties were in the top 25. The most improved counties we see there are Kericho, Nandi, Garissa, Nairobi, and Kajiado. In 2020, we see a trend, and this is normally as a function of citizens from specific counties being very satisfied either with one county or across various counties within a region. So we can see that in 2020, the western counties were particularly, you know, high with regards to a number of indices that we have seen. So here we see 51% for trade and tourism for western, and 49 for Rift Valley, then eastern. It changes in 2023. We see Rift Valley, Central, and Coast coming up. And has that changed? Yes, in 2024, we had Central, Nyanza, and Coast being the top 3 regions. It has not changed that much in 2026. We still have Central at 46, Nyanza at 44, and Rift also at 43. The top counties by region, we have Kilifi, Mombasa, and Taita Taveta. Those are the top 3 in trade and tourism. In northeastern, we have Garissa, Mandera, and Wajir. Then in eastern, number 1 is Tharaka Nithi, followed by Makueni, and then Embu. And in central, we have Murang'a, Kiambu, and Kirinyaga. Then in Rift Valley, we have the top 3 counties, that's Trans Nzoia, Elgeyo Marakwet, and Uasin Gishu. In western, we have Bungoma, we have Kakamega, and Vihiga. And then in Nyanza, the top counties are Kisii, Homa Bay, and Kisumu. Si nimeongea? I'm trying to expedite as much as possible. Thanks. So under housing, lands, and settlement, we had 2 indicators. Rating the county government in facilitating issuance of title deeds to county residents with ease, with efficiency, with transparency, and then ensuring urban areas in the county are well planned. Those were the only 2 KPIs there. Murang'a was number 1, followed by Kiambu. Then we had a tie for Uasin Gishu and Homa Bay at number 3. Then we had a tie between Kajiado, Makueni, Elgeyo Marakwet, Tharaka Nithi, and Trans Nzoia, making the top 5 at number 5 with 47%. We can clap for them. And then when we look at the top 25, we then have number 10, we have Kisii, Embu, Nyeri with 46. Then we have Kirinyaga, we have Kericho at 45. Then we have Nyandarua, Kisumu, Taita Taveta, Nandi, Samburu at number 15. And then it jumps to number 20, where we have Machakos, Narok, Nakuru, West Pokot, Kitui, Bungoma, and Migori at 42%, 43% respectively. The most improved counties are Kajiado, Nyandarua, Garissa, Kericho, and Meru, who gained between 24 and 10 points. I have really jumped on my... Where are we now? Housing. I'm using a different computer. They're just moving with me. I went to the very end already. I think we are now near the tail end of the functions. Is the next one environment or water? What's the next function? Water. So under water, we have 4 KPIs. How would you rate your county government in giving you access to clean and safe water whenever you need it? How would you rate your county government in the construction, management of sewer systems in your towns? How would you rate your county government in preparedness for fires, accidents, floods, and other calamities? Are your county governments constructing and maintaining drainage systems for rain water? And how would you gauge that? And how would you gauge your county government in proper garbage collection, management, and disposal? That is what we have under water management. Number 1 county ni Murang'a with 55, followed by Kiambu, followed by Kisii at number 3 with 50, Kirinyaga at number 4, tying with Nyeri at 49%. Who are the other counties that did well in this particular function? We see that we have, after number 6, we have Makueni, Tharaka Nithi, Trans Nzoia, Trans Nzoia at 48, and that is number 6. Then number 9, we have Elgeyo Marakwet, Homa Bay, Uasin Gishu, Kisumu, Embu and Machakos at number 9 to number 14. We have Nakuru, Nyandarua, Taita Taveta as well, with a mean index of 44. That is followed by number 18, because we have a huge tie. And there we have Bungoma, we have Kwale, Migori, Nairobi City, Nandi, and West Pokot in water management with 43%, followed by Garissa, Kakamega, Kilifi, Kitui, and Meru respectively. The top most improved counties are Nandi, we have Garissa, we have Nyandarua, we have Kericho, we have Meru, who have moved between 21 and 12 ranks. Which region was pleased with water 2020 vis-a-vis 2026? We see that in 2020, Nairobi had the best mean, which was 49, followed by Western with 49 as well. So those were the top 2. That changed in 2023. We have Central at 52, then Rift at 49, tying with Nyanza. And again, we see in 2024, it is Central, followed by Nyanza, and then Western with 44. And right now, we have significant difference. Central has the highest satisfaction with water management. That is at 50. It is followed at 44% mean index by Nyanza, and then 43 by Nairobi and Rift Valley. The top counties by region are as follows. At the coast, for water management and sanitation management, we have Taita Taveta at number 1. Number 2 is Kwale, number 3 is Kilifi. In northeastern, it's Garissa, followed by Wajir and Mandera. And then in eastern, we have a tie between Makueni and Tharaka Nithi at 48%, and then we have Embu at 45%. Then in central, we have Murang'a, we have Kiambu at number 2, and then Kirinyaga and Nyeri tie at number 3. Rift Valley, we have Trans Nzoia, we have Elgeyo Marakwet and Uasin Gishu tying at number 2. Then in western, it is Bungoma that is top, and then Kakamega is number 2, and Vihiga is number 3. In Nyanza, it is Kisii with 50, Homa Bay with 47, Kisumu with 46. In environment, if we move to environment, we have 2 indicators. How would you rate the county government in protecting and conserving natural resources such as forests and water towers? And how would you rate your county government in involving residents in conservation of the environment through tree planting and gabion building, etc.? Number 1 in environment is Trans Nzoia with 55%. Trans Nzoia, are you here? And then you have a tie with Murang'a, 55%. Then we have Makueni at 54, and is tying with Kiambu, and tying also with Tharaka Nithi. Those are the top 5. We clap for them. They are well ahead of the mean index, which we see there at 49. And the top 25 counties are there. We can see that after Tharaka Nithi, we have Elgeyo Marakwet, we have Homa Bay, and Uasin Gishu at number 6. Then we have at number 9, Kakamega, Kirinyaga, Nyeri, Taita Taveta. And then we have at number 13, Kericho, Kisii, Kisumu, Kwale, and Nandi. And then Bungoma, Embu, Kilifi, and Vihiga tie at number 18, followed by Machakos, Nakuru, Narok at number 22, and number 25 is Lamu in environment and natural resources with 48%. The most improved counties are Kakamega, Taita Taveta, Mombasa, Nyamira, Busia, Kajiado, and Kwale in this particular function. You can see how they have moved within the ranks between 2024 and 2026. The best county in this environmental function, or at least the county that was given the best region, that was given the best index, was Western in 2020 with 53, followed by Eastern. And then that didn't change in 2023. We still had Western at 52, tying with Rift Valley, and 51 for Nyanza closely following them. Then in 2024, it shifted. Central got the best rating with 49, followed by Rift Valley with 48, and Nyanza at 46, Western at 45. And this year, we still have Central with 52 as the mean index for the region. Then we have Western with 50, Nyanza at 49, tying with Coast at 49, and Rift Valley at 48. The top counties in environment at the coast are Taita Taveta, Kwale, and Kilifi. Those are the top 3. Then in northeastern, it's Garissa, Wajir, and Mandera. In eastern, we have Makueni tying with Tharaka Nithi at 54. Then we have Embu. And in central, we have Murang'a, we have Kiambu, and Kirinyaga. In Rift Valley, we see that it's Trans Nzoia that's top, followed by Elgeyo Marakwet and Uasin Gishu, whilst in western, the top county in environment is Kakamega, and then we have Bungoma and Vihiga tying. And in Nyanza, the top county in environment is Homa Bay with 53, Kisii with 51, tying with Kisumu. The county governments are also in charge of culture and sports. And here we rate in terms of KPI how you establish recreational parks, beaches, and the facilities that are relevant to the county, in promoting sports through building of stadia and county sports activities, and promoting county cultural activities and facilities. And the last KPI there is establishing and maintaining county museums and libraries for the residents to use. So we rate all those indicators. The first one there is Murang'a with top county is Murang'a with 51, followed by Kisii and Homa Bay, tying at number 2 with 49. Then we have Kisumu, Kiambu, and Kwale, and Tharaka Nithi, and Lamu, all in the top 5. I think we can clap for them. We can also see there the top 25. I'll give you an opportunity as I catch a breath to allow you to see whether your county is in the, or the county you represent is in the top 25. Chances are your county is represented. And the most improved counties in culture and sports were Kakamega, Taita Taveta. We have Mombasa, big improvement, Nyamira, Busia, Kajiado, and Kwale. Culture and sports by region, in 2020, it was still Western, followed by Nairobi. It didn't change in 2023. Western still had the highest, mean index, tying with Rift Valley and close to Nyanza at 51. Then in 2024, it was Nyanza with 46, tying with Central, and then Western with 44. And then in 2026, it is now Central tying with Nyanza and with Coast at 45 as a mean index. The top 3 counties in culture and sports are Kwale and Lamu in number 1 position. They tie with 47, and then Mombasa is number 2. And then in Northeastern, we see Garissa at number 1, and then a tie between Mandera and Wajir. And then in Eastern, the top county in culture and sports is Tharaka Nithi with 44, followed by Embu and Machakos and Makueni, who tie at 44. And then Central is the top county in this function. Murang'a is the top county in this function in Central, followed by Kiambu and Kirinyaga. Rift Valley is number 1. What am I saying? Trans Nzoia is number 1. Trans Nzoia is number 1 in Rift Valley with 46, tying with Uasin Gishu. And then at number 3, we have Elgeyo Marakwet tying with Kericho at 45. Western, kwa hii function ni Bungoma with 44, Kakamega with 43, number 3 is Vihiga. And then Nyanza, we had seen that you're already in the top 5, so Homa Bay is number 1 with 49, tying with Kisii, and then Kisumu is number 3 with 48. What is under social services? How would you rate your county government on a scale of 1 to 10 in dealing with women empowerment, whether it be through entrepreneurship, through leadership, through cooperatives, empowering activities for people living with disabilities, care and financial support for the elderly, youth empowerment activities to ease unemployment, and support for households with orphans and vulnerable children? Those are the indicators that we have there. Murang'a, you were top with 52. Homa Bay, you're number 2 with 50. Elgeyo Marakwet and Makueni tied at number 3 with Trans Nzoia at number 3 with 49%. And then we have at number 6, Kiambu, Kisii, Samburu. At number 9, we have Kisumu, Kwale, Tharaka Nithi, and Uasin Gishu with 47%. Machakos, Taita Taveta, and West Pokot were number 13. Then we have Embu, Kericho, Kilifi, Mombasa, Nandi at number 16 with 45. And Kakamega, Kitui, Migori with 44 at number 21. Baringo, Kirinyaga, Lamu, and Nyeri at number 24 with 43% respectively. The most improved counties in social services ni Nandi, ni Machakos, Embu, Kajiado, na Tharaka Nithi. And you've moved between 12 and 13, 23 and 13, spots respectively. Which region? 2020 ilikuwa ni Western na 52. It was Coast number 2 with 49. It changed in 2023. The county that was happiest with social services was Rift Valley, tying with Eastern and Western at 49. Then we had Central and Nyanza tying at 48. And then in 2024, we have Central, again, here with 49, Rift with 48, Nyanza with 46, and Eastern with 43. So a bit of a shift. And in this particular year, we still see that Central has got accrued the highest mean with 45, followed by Nyanza with 44, tying with Rift Valley and with Coast. The top counties in social services. At the Coast, number 1 is Kwale with 47. Number 2 is Taita Taveta with 46. Number 3 is Kilifi, tying with Mombasa at 45. In Northeastern, we have Garissa at number 1, Mandera and Wajir at number 2 with 38% respectively. In Eastern, we have Makueni at number 1. Number 2 is Tharaka Nithi. Number 3 is Machakos. And then Central, we have Murang'a at number 1 with 52. Number 2 is Kiambu with 48. Number 3 is Kirinyaga, tying with Nyeri at 43. Rift Valley, we have Elgeyo Marakwet. We have Trans Nzoia at number 1. And then number 3 is Samburu. In Western, it is Kakamega with the tops, followed by Bungoma and Vihiga. And then in Nyanza, it is Homa Bay that is topping in social services with 50, followed by Kisii at 48 and Kisumu at 47. Now the function that consolidates everything, the planning function. And here we say we ask two things. How do you rate your county government in developing county plans that reflect the needs and desires of you as county residents? And secondly, how would you rate the county government in educating and involving residents in preparing CID, the county integrated development, the plans generally? We just call them plans there because we don't want to make it too complicated for the residents. Number 1, Murang'a. 2, Kiambu. 3, Makueni. 3, Homa Bay. 3, Trans Nzoia. 3, Elgeyo Marakwet. That consists of the top 5 counties. We can clap for them. They're all above the 43 mean index. And then we can also see the other counties that are in the top 25, apart from the ones we have seen. Kisii, Kisumu are at number 7. Tharaka Nithi, Uasin Gishu are at number 9. Bungoma, Kericho, Kwale, Nandi, Taita Taveta, West Pokot are at number 11. And then Mombasa and Samburu at number 17. Then we have a lot of counties at number 19, tying with a 43 mean index. That is Baringo, Embu, Kilifi, Kirinyaga, Kitui, Lamu, Machakos, Migori, Nakuru, Narok, and Nyeri. Those make up the top 25 counties. The most improved counties in 2026 were Nandi, Kericho, Embu, Machakos, and Tharaka Nithi. You can see the improvements that have been made there. Which county regions were very happy with county planning? In 2020, Western was giving an accrued index of 49, followed by 46 for Rift Valley. In 2023, it changed. Western moved to position 5. Rift Valley was now top, followed by Nyanza. In 2024, it was Nyanza that topped, followed by Central. And currently, it's just a switch. Central is top, and Nyanza is number 2 in terms of regions that, residents are happy with planning. The top counties in planning: Kwale, Taita Taveta, number 1 at the coast, followed by Mombasa. Northeastern, we have Garissa, Mandera, and Wajir have tied. In Eastern, we have almost all the counties. Makueni is number 1, Tharaka Nithi is number 2, and then there's a tie between Embu, Kitui, and Machakos for number 3 at 43%. And in Central, it is Murang'a with 53, Kiambu with 49, Kirinyaga has tied with Nyeri at 43. And then Rift Valley, the top 3 counties, there's a tie between number 1, between Elgeyo Marakwet and Trans Nzoia, and then number 3, Uasin Gishu. Western, we have Bungoma, we have Vihiga, and we have Kakamega. And then in Nyanza, we have Homa Bay, we have Kisii, and Kisumu tying at number 2. Mine is coming to the end. So is yours? We are at the end of the index, but there are a few other things that we'll show you. What was the index in 2015? So we see a trend. The overall index in 2015 was almost 55%. And you've seen, we've taken the time to show you how we've broken down this index across all the 33 indicators and the functions that we've read out to you. Then it moved down to 47.5. Then it moved to 44.1 in 2022. Then it went up to 49.3 in 2023. Ikaenda chini tena to 43.2 in 2024. And currently it's gone up slightly to 44% in 2026. I think it's instructive that in the first tenure, there was so much optimism that, most of the county governments were being given the benefit of doubt. And as things began to settle, we saw that respondents who are your county residents became more discerning, more critical in their analysis of the county governments. We've looked at all those functions. So who are the overall top 25 counties? Number 1 county, a second time, is Murang'a County with 54%. Number 2 county with 52% consolidated or overall index is Kiambu County. Number 3 is Trans Nzoia with 50%. Number 4 is a tie between Elgeyo Marakwet and Homa Bay at 49%. And Kisii and Uasin Gishu. Hizo zote number 4. So number 8 then is Makueni with 48. Tharaka Nithi is also number 8 with 48. Alafu we move to Kericho, Kisumu, and Nyeri at number 10. Those are the top 10 counties. We clap for them. Then moves to Embu, Kirinyaga, number 13, with Kwale and Nandi, Taita Taveta, and West Pokot with 46%. We then have Bungoma, Kilifi, Mombasa, Samburu at number 19 with 45%. And we have Lamu, Machakos, Migori, Nakuru, and Narok at number 23 with 44%. Those are our top 25 performing counties as of 2026. And we can see that, yes, it's granular. Some of the differences in the index is very small, but indeed, this is what we are, we have to do when we are dealing with an index. If we look at the consolidated, just go to the consolidated index by region, we see that in 2020, Western counties got the highest mean, followed by Nairobi at 49, then we had Eastern at 48, then that is 2020. Then 2023, ika change, we saw Rift Valley with 53 consolidated index, followed by Central and Nyanza tying at 51%, Western was at 50%, Eastern was at 49, Coast at 47, Nairobi and Northeastern at 46. In 2024, we have Central at 47, then we have Nyanza region with 43, that is consolidated for all the counties within Nyanza. Then we have 44 for Western, we have 43, a tie for Rift Valley and Coast, and then we have 41% for Eastern, Nairobi is 40%, and Northeastern is at 38%. If we look at this particular year, then Central is at 48% for all the counties in Central, consolidated overall performance, followed by Rift Valley at 45, tying with Nyanza at 45. Then we have Coast at 44. Then we have Eastern at 43, tying with Western, and Nairobi at 42, and Northeastern a consolidated index of 39. That gives us the overall mean index that we had seen at the very beginning of 44%. Overall, who are the top counties, top 3 counties? Now we've looked at all these functions, the 14, the 33, and we've consolidated the index. Kwale is number 1 in Coast, tying with Taita Taveta at 46. And then Kilifi and Mombasa are number 3 with 45% respectively. We can clap for them. Northeastern, we have Garissa at 42, Mandera and Wajir at 38 respectively. In Eastern, Tharaka Nithi is the top performer, tying with Makueni at 48. And then we have Embu at 46. In Central, we have the top county as Murang'a. Number 2 is Kiambu with 52. Number 3 is Nyeri. In Rift Valley, it's Trans Nzoia with 50. And then there's a tie between Elgeyo Marakwet and Uasin Gishu. And then in Western, the top performing county is Bungoma. And Kakamega and Vihiga tied number 2 with 43% respectively. In Nyanza, the top performing county is Homa Bay, tying with Kisii at 49, and then we have Kisumu at 47. Then we now share the top governors, is it? Yeah. Is that the next slide? Sure. See, now we've seen how the county governments are run by the leadership, some of whom are seated here, the esteemed governors seated here. In 2015, those were the top governors. We had Lusaka, Honorable His Excellency Lusaka at 61. Then we had Moses Akaranga, and you can, if you remember, the index for Western it was also very high. Do you recall? So maybe there's an intersection between leadership and how the county performs. Number 1 tie there was Dr. Alfred Mutua. Then in 2020, we had Wycliffe Oparanya, number 1. Number 2 was Salim Vuria. Number 2 was a tie between Vuria and Kivuta Kebwana. Then we had West Pokot, Lonyangapo, Professor. Then Mandago was also number 4. Then Professor Nyongo was number 4. Then we had Bungoma, Machakos, we had Alfred Mutua, Elgeyo Marakwet, Nakericho, they were there. We had a lot of professors here, sindio? Na madoctors, na PhDs, na nini. And then we also had Dr. Mudhomi Njuki. Sasa, sijui whether education is a function of good performance. That is a question that you can posit. I don't know. But we see the top there in 2020. Were you there in 2023? Sasa, now it's re-election time, sindio? So in 2023, we had Wasingishu and Elgeyo Marakwet. That's Jonathan B. and Wesley Rotich. Then we had number 3 was Honorable George Natembeya, His Excellency, your His Excellencies and Her Excellencies. John Natembeya. Then number 4, we had Dr. Eric Kipkoech Mutai. Number 5, ilikuwa ni Stephen Sang. Alafu Professor Hilary Bachok. West Pokot Simon Kachapin. Two terms wamejaa hapa. 2 term. But we also see 1 term. We see Dr. Edward Mutai. I don't know which term. I don't know which term you are, Daktari. Embu, we have Cecily Limbarire. Then we also had in the top, we have His Excellency Gladys Atieno Nyasuna Wanga. You see how Kevin has put all your names. He's giving you a prop. We have Dr. Irungu Kangata. We have Honorable Paul Simbarati, Susan Kihika, and we also had Anne Waiguru and Benjamin Cheboi and Cecily Mbarire. A lot of, do you see something that I am seeing? Women-led counties are represented. Then we look at 2024, we move. Dr. Kangata akasema apana, me number 13 staki. Akajump. Is now number 1 in 2024. And there was a lady also just smelling. We see Gladys there, number 2 with 51. And then Trans Nzoia was number 3, tying with Kirinyaga and Waiguru at number 3. Then Dr. Mutai Kahiga was number 5, tying with Paul Arati, Simba Arati, and Professor Nyongo. Then number 8, we had a tie between Jonathan B., Wesley Rotich, Mutula Kilonzo Jr., Kenneth Lusaka, and Dr. Paul Kimani Wamatangi. Alafu, number 13, we had His Excellency Isa Abdallah Timami of Lamu, and His Excellency Gideon Mungaro. That is what we had as top. Now, see, we've shown you top 25 counties everywhere. And how many women-led counties do we have? How many? There are 6. So you know there are 6. There were 7, but now there are 6. How many of these women-led counties are in the top 25? Huh? This is now. This is today. I've left that thing of top 25 women-led counties in where are you? There. No wonder you are confused. Kwani you needed leakage? How many of there are 6 women-led counties. How many of them are in the top 25?
All of them.
Sasa sijui wanawake. A casual causal effect, a very casual one. Those of you have seen many doctors, doctor here. So that causal, can we say that perhaps we can infer, could we infer that women may make for good administrators? I don't know. Huh? Women. The numbers are here. Number 4, overall, number 13, number 13, number 13, number 23, number 23. Hawataki kujua. Well done. For those who have had experience, sometimes it is said that if you're a 2-term, unachoka. Hauna time, umeboeka, unaangalia cabinet, tumeona some of your colleagues, wako kwa cabinet, national government, Governor Muthoki, you said there are 48, but the 47 matter, but many of you are eyeing. You're eyeing that 48th one. So, are the 2nd-term governors working? Are you people working? It seems you are not joking. Because the 2nd-term governors, pretty much all are in the top 25. Might it also say something about experience? Being a good teacher? That it doesn't mean that you are now lethargic? We are also seeing that repeat governors, those who came, left and came back, are also in the top 25. It's still experience. We have Lamu here, and we also have Bungoma. We also have the issue of frontier counties, and we've always been told that frontier counties have experienced so much, there's marginalization, it is difficult to get things done, but successively we have seen specific counties appear in the top 25. In particular, in this year, 2026, and you see it in the report, that there are counties that have appeared in the top 25 before. We see Samburu and West Pokot in our top 25 index. Can we clap for them? So now we can quickly see other functions that I think Governor Muthomi had mentioned, very important to devolution. One of them is public participation. Have you been involved? Kevin, is the question? Have you ever been involved in a public participation exercise? Has your county ever called you in for a public participation exercise? This is a yes or no. That's why we couldn't include it in the overall index, because it's not an index. It was actually included as an index question, which is Likert, in the planning. Under planning, we had it. But here it's just to ask, have you ever been invited to a public participation meeting or fora? Sasa ni hivi. Munaona tu. Elgeyo Marakwet, 51% said yes. Makueni, 48% said yes. Baringo, 46. West Pokot, 45. Migori, 42. Those were the top 5. Those are the top 25 counties with regards to public participation. And you see some of the top performers, you're performing well, but you're not inviting your people for public participation. Si munajiona? Sasa you don't need, it depends on. We turn up. It depends on whether you'll give us tea. No, we... So I think we've seen that. I think I'll move because of time to the next function. What is the next function? Preventing corruption. Huh? Preventing corruption. How would you rate your county government in dealing with corruption and ensuring that all the taps are sealed? No pilferage. We see that Kisii and Murang'a got a score of 44. It's not a very high mean, but it is the highest comparatively, followed by Trans Nzoia, Makueni at number 4 and 5 respectively, and they tied with Kiambu. Homa Bay, you at number 7 with 39, tying with West Pokot, and Garissa, Kisumu are at number 9, making that the top 10, and then we have those other counties that were also mentioned in that particular function. Next. Who is managing or is felt by their residents to be managing their money well, the public funds well? Number 1, ni Murang'a, 47%. You don't want to clap for Murang'a. Kisii, 44%. We clap for Kisii. Kiambu, 43%. Trans Nzoia, 42%. Elgeyo Marakwet is number 5, tying with Homa Bay, Makueni at 41%. Let's clap for them. And then we have number 8 is West Pokot with 40%. Kericho is number 9 with 39%, tying with Kisumu, and then Tharaka Nithi and Uasin Gishu are really top 10, we can see, with 38% there. And then we have also other counties that have been mentioned, including Mombasa, Nairobi, Narok, Nyandarua, and Taita Taveta. Use of technology, digitization. Number 1 county in digitality and the use of technology in service delivery is Murang'a with 51%. Number 2 is Kiambu with 49, Kisii and Kisumu tie with 48, and then and Trans Nzoia number 3, and then number 6 is Homa Bay, number 7 is Makueni, Tharaka Nithi and Uasin Gishu, and then number 10 we have a tie between Elgeyo Marakwet, Kericho, Machakos, Taita Taveta. And the last one that we also looked at is bringing services, accessibility, bringing services closer to the people. How would you rate your county government in ensuring that services are brought closer to you? Number 1 was Kiambu with 51%. 2 is Murang'a, tying with Trans Nzoia at 50. Then we have Kisumu at number 4 with 49, and Homa Bay tying with Makueni at number 5 with 48%. We also have number 7, Kisii, Elgeyo Marakwet, and Kwale and Taita Taveta at 47. And number 11, we have Tharaka Nithi, Uasin Gishu. We have number 13, Kericho, Kilifi, Machakos, Mombasa, and Nyeri. And then number 18, those who are bringing services closer to the people, we have Bungoma, Embu, Kirinyaga, Lamu, Nakuru, and then finally we have Migori, Nandi, and West Pokot. Dealing with drugs and drug abuse and pornography, you know that is a function for devolution. Did you know? Huh? The governors know, but do the rest of us know? How would you rate your county government in making it difficult, not at giving you access, making it difficult for people to access hard drugs and pornography? I don't know, Governor, what is hard drugs? So alcohol is changa? Hiyo ni sawa? Busa? Hiyo ni soft. And pornography. So here, Gladys, you don't want your people watching pornography, and you don't want them taking hard drugs. Your rating was very high. You're number 2 with 46, only, beaten by Elgeyo Marakwet. You tied with Kisii. Alafu there was number 4, Garissa, Makueni, na Tharaka Nithi. Mudhomi, you also don't want those things in your county. Wacha niangalie kama wengine wako hapa. Nyeri sikuoni, lakini najua you're fighting it. Lamu, I know you're fighting it. But we also have Trans Nzoia, we have Embu, Uasin Gishu, Bomet, Kiambu, Kwale, Migori, Narok, Wajir, all in the top 25, alongside Baringo, Bungoma, Kitui, Machakos, and Samburu. We've looked at how you have performed as counties. We've looked at the peripheral but very critical functions. We have also looked at how the county governments performed before. Those were governments, not governors. Now we're going to look at you as people. Do you want us to, How have you performed as governors? This is where the sample was very big, because we boosted that sample to ensure that we could do it up till the ward level for MCAs. Although the MCA samples were kidogo small, so we didn't rate them as individual MCAs as such. But that's what made it possible for us to do it for the members of parliament. And what are the factors that people consider when rating you as a leader? Your delivery on campaign promises is number 1. Your transparency and accountability is number 2 at 35%. Your initiation of development projects is number 3, tying with influence of allocation and use of funds, whether it is CDF or county funds. It doesn't matter how you're dealing with funds. Are you accessible? Ama unaweka ile thing that governor was saying the Niger governors use. And then how do you compare in terms of performance with past leaders? That brings us to the top 5 things that they think of. However, they also think of, how you're portrayed in the media. So communication is very important, and your visibility. Are you communicating with them? Do they know what you're doing? And also, how do you engage in public fora and town halls with your constituents? That is the public participation. The top performing governors as individuals are there. They are there. There, move with me. Yeah. So we have number 1 at 80%. That is the score you were given on a scale of 1 to 10. How would you rate the performance, therefore, after you've told us the factors that are important, how would you rate the performance of your governor? And Muranga was given a score of 8 out of 10, so 80%. That was followed by Trans Nzoia. The county residents gave him a score of 7.6 out of 10, which is 76. Kiambu, Honorable Wamatangi, was given a score of 71. And then number 4, Honorable Gladys Wanga, was given a score of 66 by her residents, making her 4th and the only woman in the top 10. And then we have Makweni, Mutula Kilonzo was also number 4. And then we have number 6, we have Wesley Rotich, Honorable Anyang Nyong'o, and West Pokot Governor Simon Kachapin. Then number 9 is Honorable Simbarati of Kisii, Samburu Governor Jonathan Lelit. Those were rated as, having 63% in terms of their own individual performance. You can see that these performance indices are much higher than what we have seen for counties. Then number 12, we have Honorable Mutheki Njuki with 60. We have Narok, Honorable Patrick Ntutu. And then number 13, we have Anne Waiguru with 58. Taita Taveta Governor is number 14. Then we also have Kitui at number 15, Julius Malombe with 56. Mohammed Aidan Khalif of Mandera with 56. Honorable Dr. Mutai Kahiga with 56 from Nyeri. Uasin Gishu, Honorable Jonathan B is number 15 as well. And then we have number 19. There was a tie between Cecily Mbarire of Embu, Kilifi Governor Gideon Mungaru, Ochilo Ayako of Migori, Turkana Governor Jeremiah Lomorukai, and Wajir Governor Honorable Ahmed Abdullahi. They tied at number 19 with 55, as was given by their county residents. Number 24 is Honorable Abdul Samad Nasir of Mombasa. Machakos is Wavinya Ndeti, and Garissa's Nadhif Jama. Those were the top 25 governors in this particular year, as rated by the county governments. I think we can give them a clap.